Hello my little chickadees, I thought I would do a walk and talk video today. In this video I'm walking and I'm talking. Of course I'm walking, but I'm not going anywhere, thanks to my linear strider treadmill, one of my ideal world purchases. A sad state of affairs, ideal world, the shopping channel has gone tits up. It has been predicted, well it was being predicted for several months before on this shopping telly forum that I occasionally dip in and out of, and the last few weeks they kept selling about 3 or 4 products. It got a bit samey. It was air conditioners, rattan furniture, air fryers, and it was constant repeats. The odd vacuum. In fact, my last purchase from Ideal World was a Bissell Spot Clean Pro for $129.99 delivered, which was a good price. I did my research, nowhere had it cheaper than that, and I got that a few days before they went tits up, and I was a little concerned I might not get the goods, but they did arrive, so I was pleased that I got my final purchase. Bit sad that another shopping channel has gone to the wall, but I don't think many people, well obviously some people use shopping channels, really left. The main one is QVC, obviously they're a behemoth. QVC are in America, Italy, UK, France I think, Japan. You can see all these different QVC versions on YouTube. And there's even there's other shopping. I've been missing shopping telly. I like it in the background, you know, it's just wallpaper, a bit of chatter. I don't have it on unless I'm interested in what they're selling. So, but anyway, yes, this treadmill, this is going actually. I've just brought it down to put on eBay tonight. Mark said he'd deliver it within 30-mile radius of where we live, or they can collect it themselves if they live nearby. This is the first time. I mean, I've had it ages. It's another one of those things that you buy thinking you're going to go on it, and I used it a little bit. This outfit that I'm wearing, this top, these shorts, ooh, careful, and my shoes, hang on, ooh, there you go. I bought this outfit for this. I don't think I've never worn it until today, because when I did have a go on this, got to wait for the countdown, I just sort of went on it in my carpet slippers in my bedroom, and it's been in my bedroom propped up against, oh I'm going a bit fast, slow down. It's been in my bedroom propped up, just gathering dust. It wasn't even a useful clothes source like a lot of the exercise stuff. Now I'm on it again. I don't have the space. It's just, if I was more organised and had a garage with some room in it, I could put it in the garage and go out, put me earphones in, you know, have a little bit of ABBA or Barbara Dixon on, you know. I can be doing all the moves. But no, it's just another folly, another waste of money. So I'm selling more at the moment. I'm selling more than I'm buying, and I'm hoping to keep that trend going. So today I've been eBaying, well this weekend, I've done a few vacuums. A lot of them have been selling within a day or two, because I've been doing them as buy it now. So instead of waiting for the auction to end, I've just been pricing them competitively, looking to see what they've been sold for previously, and bear in mind mine are almost in new condition, a lot of the vacuums I'm selling, so seems to be working well. Anyway, I've got 3 in the hall, all boxed up, ready to be collected by Parcel Force tomorrow. And like I said, I thought I was in the garage boxing up some smaller things to sell, and then I realised, oh, I need to get this down and take some photos. So I got Mark to pose on it, so take a few photos. just from the tits down really. I didn't show his face. So I'll take a few more shots of it, some close-ups, and see how much. I don't know what to price it at. I mean, I don't really care, because this was going to be given away to the British Heart Foundation. It was one of the things I had. But when these 2 weeks came, they wouldn't, these are the same people that wouldn't collect my sofa, if you remember that story. They wouldn't collect the sofa on its own. Oh no, it wasn't that. It was the chairs. I just wanted rid of the chairs because we still wanted to keep the sofa while we were waiting for the new sofa to arrive. But they said, oh no, we can't sell the chairs on their own. So I just took the decision and they took the whole lot. So that's why we were several months with just 2 chairs. All Christmas we had just had those 2 chairs, which got more and more uncomfortable as the days and weeks went by. So at least this Christmas, got a nice comfy sofa, a snuggle chair. Just going to have to move the footstool that's here in the bay of the window. That's where the Christmas tree will be going this year. That's where it goes most years anyway. So we'll just move out the footstool, put it in front of the snuggle chair, and Bob's your uncle. Quite enjoying this now. But I just can't keep it. I need to clear out stuff from the house, and it's getting there. I'm starting to see more areas of carpet that I never saw before, you know. It's just but my YouTube is suffering a bit. Well, I'm still putting out a couple of videos a week on my main channel, but I've got to make at least 1 YouTube video this week for my main channel. But the first, well, probably tomorrow and Wednesday, it's going to be more sorting and eBaying, so I've got some space in the living room. So the living room looks like a warehouse at the moment. Right, shall we go a bit faster? I'm on 2.7, whatever that is. Or is it? Oh no. What am I on? I don't know. It's changing. The display keeps fluctuating. Let's see how fast this bad boy goes. Chase me! Ooh! Oh, so this is as fast as it goes. 6. I don't know if that's 6 miles an hour. Oh heck! It's quite brisk. Oh heck! No, hang on. Even I do normally walk quite fast, but that is more of a jog. Ooh. Let's see, 4.5. Yeah, that's probably a normal walking pace for moi. Oh, it's a shame I'm getting rid of it now. I should have, I don't know, I tried using it, but soon got bored. At least when I'm normally using it, when I have used it, I've had my music on, or I've had something on the TV. So I'm in the living room at the moment, as you can see, and the TV is paused while I'm chatting to you. But if you weren't watching, I'd be watching something on the YouTube or some comedy. I'm starting to feel, you know, a bit of warmth in the old thighs. Mark had a go of it, and he didn't feel safe on it. I don't know what his problem was. I think he overloaded it actually. He's off to the gym. He's joined a new gym. He didn't like the old one because it was full of kids posing. So now he's joined a more adult gym where people just go and use the equipment rather than prattling about. So he's going more to the gymnasium. Oh, his skin is a lot better. I was looking at him today when he was in his gym kit. Just had his little tight shorts on, you know, and everything's fine. Skin-wise, he hasn't looked as well as this for a long time, so that's good. So yes, well, this isn't bad actually. I don't know how much to price it at, but somebody's going to get a bargain, I'm sure. Whew. I think I'm going to develop some boob sweat soon. So hang around for that. You'll know I've been working out when you see the sweaty boobs perspiring. Mark wants me to go on these park run things. I think there's a website and an app where people run around a park. He did book me in. I received an email, but I didn't go this Sunday. I can wear this, you see. This is suitable for running. I might need some proper running shoes, because the shoes I've got are more for sort of indoor gym. You know, the modern equivalent of those little black plimsolls that we had as children in the 70s. But yeah, I'm starting to regret this now. Well, I haven't put it on for sale, but the thing is, I've nowhere to put it. Even when my bedroom's tidy, there's nowhere to sort of store it when it's not in use. And then these things get tucked away under a bed or in your wardrobe and you forget they're there and you don't go on them. Well, I'm certain, you know, building up a bit of a sweat here, folks. And of course I'm strapped. I've got this strap on. You don't really have to have it. Well, it would be dangling. You've got to have it on the arm here, because if you take it off, it switches off the doobry. So, you know, if I was to sort of get a bit faint and sort of go, oh, it's still on, still going, that didn't work. But if you do this, it stops and it's saying safe. So now I can start it up again. You've got 3-second countdown, and if I keep my, this is the control just here. If I keep my finger on there, oh, it's not going up. It should. There, it's going up now. Ooh, we've got. Oh, that's too fast. Right. So this is how I would be using this. If this was a gym with other people in it, this is how I'd be using it. All butch. They wouldn't know that I was listening to ABBA in my earphones, would they? But no, I'd be right. And I'd do the odd. Alright. Alright, mate. You see the game? Yeah. They was robbed. They was robbed. That referee, he needs glasses, he does. Yeah. Oh yeah, well, I had to console myself. I gave my missus a good singing too. Yeah, she made me my favourite shepherd's pie. And had a pint of Guinness with it. And then a bit of the old How's Your Father. Yeah, she loves it. She loves it, does my missus. Whoa. I mean, who wouldn't want a bit of this, eh? Yeah. So that's how I would be in a gym. But this is how I'd probably be. Ooh. Oh, careful. Hiya, love. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I'm really working up an appetite. I've got a right sweat on. Oh. 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 Sure, he's nice. Oh, look at the lallies on that. Oh. Oh. Oh, he could sit on my face any day. Mm. So that's the thing. A homosexual gentleman in a gym would be not bothering about his technique. He'd be more bothered about, ooh, and then he'd be checking his phone, be on Grindr. Ooh, that one on the treadmill 2 doors down. He's up for it. Ooh, he's into all sorts. And then they'd give him a wink, you know. Oh, hang on. Oh, God. Slow down, come on. I'm being silly. This is a piece of exercise equipment. I mustn't mess about. You mustn't mess about at the gym. I really, for full effect, I should be lifting some dumbbells, shouldn't I? I did get into my weight training back in the day. I expect it was the 90s. I could do this. Ooh, I can't do that. I had my own weight bench proper thing. It was made by a company called York, which was apt because I lived in York. And I used to be able to keep it in this built-in wardrobe thing in my old bedroom. I used to get it out. I did it about 3 or 4 times a week of an evening. And I'd have the barbells, I'd have dumbbells, and I'd have Marky Mark. Do you remember him? I had a video of Marky Mark, and he used to follow along, and he had these women around him who he called his fly honeys. So I was observing Marky Mark, because, you know, back in the day Marky Mark was quite a fit young man, and I was doing, you know, exercises. I was following charts. So yeah, I did all the movements. I did this forward row thing, bent over row is it, and then even had this attachment so I could do preacher curls. So it was this sort of padded doodah thing, and you put your arms on it like that, and go like that, and then I did this sort of motion with the dumbbells, and then this. I don't know what all these things are called. Oh, I've stopped myself. Stop myself. It does work. Yeah, I did all this palaver. All the movements. I knew them all. So I would do that about 3 or 4 times a week, the weight training, and then the other times I'd do a bit cardio. So I'd wait for my mum and dad to go to bed, and I'd go downstairs to the living room and put a VHS cassette on, and I would follow, like people do on YouTube now. I would follow the exercises, and they were quite, you know, doodah. I had one called Fitness Wins, and it was all these army types, you know, these fit army men, some tattooed, but not as many tattoos as you see now, just the odd anchor here, you know, or I love mum in a heart, that sort of tattoo, you know, the sort of old school tattoo. So I'd be following on, and a few of them had tashes, cropped hair tashes, short shorts, not like these, they were right up the jackses almost. And but I did. It was quite challenging. Yeah, it's called Fitness Wins. I have still got that on. I had it on VHS and I transferred it onto DVD, so I still have that tape. But yes, I used to get quite randy after exercise. I have to say, I don't know if that's with everyone. I think your testosterone might go up. But I used to love the feeling I got after, especially after weight training, because I used to do the technique which was, what was it called? Lift to failure or something. So you wouldn't do, I was trying to build a bit of muscle, so I was using fairly heavy weights, and then you'd do the motion as much as you can before you'd have to sort of, you know, really, when the last one and you're trying it, and then when you really physically couldn't do it, that was the end of that session, that arm, and then you do the other. So I did you know, I would do probably an hour of weights, and then after that I'd be absolutely buzzing, and I'd have this protein shake thing, and I would take about 7 of these pills that I got. They were steroid, but they were the anabolic steroid things, perfectly legal. I think they were from Holland and Barrett or something. All different, and it made me wee really bright yellow and made me wee stink. So I would have the shake, have these pills, and then have a shower, and it was the high, just remembering that high. It was a lot of work, but I got to say, because I was working quite hard, I was sort of, your muscles sort of shake. It's hard to describe, but when you've really worked your muscles, you're sort of, I don't know, but it was quite elating. But it was the wrong time. I could only do it because I was working long hours, full-time job, and I could only do it in the evenings, which is probably the wrong time to do a lot of physical jerks unless you're with somebody else. So yeah, and I've been thinking as I'm getting older, I need to lose the belly, but I could do with toning and just, I'm never going to be muscular, but I did get to a stage where I was not too bad. I was starting to get a little bit of bicep, and my shoulders were quite defined. And my legs, I didn't work on my legs so much, although I did have a leg attachment as well, where you'd put the weights on and you'd sit on the bench and you'd put your front of your ankles under this padded bit, and then you'd lift your legs up like that. But because I was cycling, you know, 5 days a week to and from work, and sometimes more than twice, sometimes I'd be doing it 4 times, because sometimes I'd come home for dinner, lunch, so I'd be cycling to work in the morning, and then about 11:45, because I combined my first break with my lunch hour to give me 1 hour 15 minutes, so at 11:45 I'll be off on my bike again, cycle the 2.5 miles back home, have my lunch, cycle back to work, the rest of the day at work, and then cycle back home again. I did that quite a lot. I was a lot fitter then. But there's no reason why, even in your 50s, you can't get fitter. But as I'm using this and talking to you, I'm forgetting I'm doing it. Could go a little bit faster. But no, this is going to be for sale. I've got other things I need to concentrate on. It's mainly, you know, obviously getting rid of the clutter in the house, selling stuff. And then if I get to a stage when the house is all clear, there may even be a stage when there is space in the garage where I could possibly put a weight bench, because that would be the ideal thing, to have a weight bench. Maybe half of the garage I could convert into a little gym and have a weight bench set up all the time with the weights. So I could see that happening. So that's another incentive really, to get rid of as much as I can. And it is freeing when you sell stuff, folks. You know, every time I hand a box over that I've sold, you know, vacuum, it's a good feeling. It's a better feeling than when I receive a box. And I've been, this past few weeks, I've been overwhelmed by it all, because I've been, you know, sorting out the garage and just seeing exactly what I've got here. There's still plenty of other spaces in the house to sort, the loft areas as well, and my mum's loft and my storage unit. But as things go, I'm trying not to buy any more, because I've done that in the past. I've been selling stuff and then I've justified buying another thing, because I thought, well, I've got rid of a couple, I can buy another. But you're never going to clear it that way. So I'm trying, unless I see some amazing offer, or I see a vintage machine I've wanted for a long time and I want to bid on it on eBay. If I don't see that, then I'm just stopping myself, because I'm remembering when I was at I had a low point last week, completely overwhelmed by it all, and I said to myself, Roger, remember this feeling when you're on eBay or you're on the internet looking to buy a vacuum or whatever. Remember that feeling. You don't want to be like this. And I'll have more time. I'd have more time to start a fitness routine if I'm not stepping over stuff and clutter in the house, if I'm not selling stuff. Obviously I've got to keep up with my eBaying, not my eBaying, my YouTubing. But I just thought, oh, is it worth it? I mean, I was tidying out the garage, and I was days and days doing it. I haven't finished it yet, and I was just thinking, oh, is it worth it? I've spent all this time and it doesn't look any different, but it is. It'll suddenly all come together. I'm already clearing space. It's going. It's a long process, but I'm trying to, you know, I'm stepping up a gear. I'm going to step up a gear on this and in life, because I'm picturing what I'm trying to achieve. I'm keeping that in my head. I'm picturing a lovely, clean, uncluttered house. It's getting the new bathroom fitted in a few weeks. I want to decorate my bedroom. New carpets at the end of the year, possibly. I just want this house, certainly for winter, to be showroom house. You know, not as bad as a showroom. No, not as staged as a show home, but I want it just so I don't have to be searching for stuff. If I want something, I'll know where it is. Lottie's looking at, what's she looking at? I say, well, I'll have to do a video of Lottie and Willow. They are sweet, but they're quite hard work. But they're used to coming here, so when we first got them here, especially little Willow, she was a little bit nervous of being somewhere different. But now, we haven't had them for quite some time, but now when they come, they're just settling straight away. They're lovely dogs. But Daisy gets her nose pushed out a bit sometimes. She completely ignores them. So yeah, haven't got the boob sweat yet. Barely moist. I really should crank it up a bit. Although actually, what you should do on this, you can do a brisk walk, but I think you're supposed to cool down, aren't you? So after you've done sort of the vigorous stuff, you don't have to waggle your arms like this. You can just keep still, or even go like this. Heck. Slow down. Anyway, this is working fine. Hardly surprising, it's barely been used. But yes, I wouldn't mind looking slimmer, getting rid of my double chins, maybe getting slightly thicker arms. So in summer, if I have a t-shirt on, I don't look bad. So, what's going on in the news at the time of making this video? Well, it's all, I'm getting bored with the news now. At the moment, we're all going to die because of some heat wave. We haven't even got it here yet. It's been raining most of the time. It's sunny now, but we've had showers, some really heavy ones today. Sunshine and showers, so you can't really plan anything. But in Europe, they're supposed to be dying of the heat. That's supposed to be coming here. We've had the Hugh Edwards saga that followed the Philip Schofield saga, and I'm just starting to think, I don't think I want to watch the news anymore or look at Twitter. It's just getting me down. I did okay previously when I never bothered with the news. I kept myself to myself, stayed in my little bubble, and I was a lot happier. Mark does that, and I tell him off. I said, well, you've got to know what's going on. You've got to know what they're telling us. So he's very much head in the sand. He doesn't know half of the things I tell him. And even, I just don't know who to trust. That's the thing. I certainly don't trust the mainstream. I don't trust the BBC. I don't trust ITV. I don't trust any mainstream. I don't trust GB News or Talk TV, even though those two channels are supposed to be a little bit more balanced, but they're not. They still put out the propaganda. And even some YouTubers are thinking, you know, do I want to watch you? I might perceive you to be on my team, so to speak. But a lot of the things I see sort of get me worried and upset, and I think it's time just to give all that a rest. Just watch comedies. At the moment I'm watching You Rang My Lord, and I saw a very young Joe Swash. Some of you may know who that ginger person is. He's married to Stacey Solomon. But it's definitely him playing a little orphan boy. It's definitely him. I'm pretty sure I saw a picture of him on it saying, oh, this is Joe Swash. So he must have only been about 5 or 6. So I've been sort of watching You Rang My Lord and other comedies and listening to music and just trying to just get on with stuff around the house. So I'm just focusing on what I can control, what I can do to improve my life and in turn Mark's life as well. I did tell him, I said there's going to be a mess in the house when I'm sorting out the garage, because I've had to bring stuff into the living room, so I had room in the garage to sort. And I said, look Mark, it's going to get worse before it gets better. He laughed at that, so I explained what I meant. So looking round, it is bad, but it's not as bad as it has been, and it's getting there. I tell you now, it's getting there. Crikey! I must have walked. I don't know how far I've walked. It does say, but I don't know how accurate. I'm spitting. I don't know how accurate it is. I'm certainly moist. What I'll do, because Mark will be putting his gym clothes straight in the washing machine, even if it's only a couple of things. He has to wash it straight away. So I can add this and these shorts and my trainer liners. I'm sure he won't mind sharing a load with me. It is my washing machine after all. Oh, that's something else I must sell. My other washing machine, my Hoover one. So what I've planned to do, I did eBay Prime. I bought a few bits. There wasn't much worth having. But one of the things I did buy on offer was a proper stacking kit, so you can stack your tumble dryer on top of your washing machine. At the moment, I do have my tumble dryer on top of the Hoover washing machine I was given a few years back. But it's sort of, it's not directly on top, there is sort of a polystyrene thing in between. But I've bought a proper shelf. It's an AEG one, but it fits, you can fit any washing machine underneath. So I can attach this proper stacking kit to the AEG tumble dryer. But what I'm going to do is take the Hoover washer out and then put my vintage Hoover washer that needs fixing, because I want to keep that for now. That's going to go underneath the tumble dryer. And it's nice to have the tumble dryer at a height. It makes it easier to load and unload. Plus this stacking kit has a pull-out shelf, which hopefully will be useful to put the basket on, unless the basket's too high so you can't open the door. But I suppose once the door's opened, you can put the basket on the shelf, and then yeah, that would work. I think that's how it would work, yes. And same with when I'm loading it. As long as I open the door, pull out the shelf, then put the washing basket on, she'll be able to feed the clothes into the tumble dryer without socks and pants falling on the dirty garage floor. So I'm feeling optimistic and trying to just picture the winter. I mean, that's my sort of timeline, sort of winter, when it's sort of getting cold and it's time to get the slankets out and drink hot chocolate. That's when I want most of it done, or at least done to a level where it's very manageable. So that's the plan. Try and enjoy the rest of summer. We are supposed to be getting some warmth here, but the media are saying it's going to be a heat wave and oh, it'll be terrible. But you know, I want a bit of warmth and sun on my back, and I want the house prepped for winter. I don't want to be doing anything in the garage when it's cold. Can't stand it when I've done it in the past where I've sort of layered up lots of t-shirts on, a couple of fleeces, even gloves, and been in the garage trying to sort it out. So I'd rather do it when it's warm and just have that sorted. So there, that's it then folks. Thought I'd have a chat, to walk and talk and test this treadmill at the same time. So definitely works, it's fine. I can sell this on now. And as I said, did I say Mark is prepared to deliver within a 30-mile radius of where we live, because he wants rid of it. And I'll charge them £10 if they want it delivered, or they can collect, of course. Right, let's start slowing down. I think I'm going to need a shower, actually. That's a bit too slow. You can go to really snail's pace on this. So it's good, I suppose, even if you're very elderly. You've got these to hold on to, and you can just walk along. This is far too slow for me. I've always been a fast walker. My mum's quite a fast walker as well, even now. I like to walk with a brisk pace. That's very slow. I wonder how slow it goes. Oh, that's too much. I've turned it off. Right, oh that's about slow. So it's a very slow pace. Anyway, that'll do. I am sweating a bit. Let's turn off. You going to turn off? There we are. Oh, it's a bit when you stop after doing that for a while, it's sort of like, oh, hang on, oh, I don't turn on again. You sort of when you stood on solid ground that's not moving, it takes a while to get your bearings. I'll quickly show you. I don't know what. I hope she's all right. Lottie is sort of just staring at the side of the sofa, unless she's looking at the back door for when Mark comes home. I'm not sure. Lottie, what are you doing? Hello. You just... Oh, hello, Lottie. Hello. Oh, here's Willow. Willow in the pillow. Oh, she's got a shrill little bark as that Willow. And yeah, ooh, like a scratch. She's so tiny and very light. Yet she packs a punch in the old barking department. Don't you? Oh, you are cute. Are you cute? Mm. Yeah, you are. You're well looked after here. Better than you going into kennels. Hey, pretty. Mm. Oh, Lottie. And Daisy's over there. Molly will be upstairs. You see, this is what I mean about the mess. At the moment, it's a lot clearer than... Well, I just had to move a load of stuff out the way so I could take photos of that for eBay. I just need to take a couple more photos of it sort of folded up. But yeah, it's just things. I've got some CDs that my mum gave me. She wanted rid of them. There's all these, and there's 2 CD boxes full. I've taken 3 that I want to have for myself. But the others are going to charity. I was thinking of just selling them on eBay, but people aren't really buying CDs. They're not going for much money. And then I thought I could sell them as a job lot. There must be about 40, 50. No, actually, there's probably about 80 CDs, actually. But no, Mark's going to take them to the RSPCA with some other charity stuff we've got. And yeah, it's just a mess, but it's coming together. As I say, I'm plugged into the mains. So I've got 1, 2, 3 vacuums going tomorrow. Another piece of exercise equipment, that was from Ideal World. It's one of those vibrating things. I'll have to do a video of that. I might keep that, I don't know. I used to have one before, but it was twice the size and twice as heavy. That's a lot smaller and lighter. Oh, what are you moaning about? Hmm? Right, oh dear. I suppose I better get out of these gym clothes and have a quick shower. Well folks, thanks for watching. Rather enjoyed walking and talking with you. I've worked up a sweat and burnt a few calories, which I'll probably put back on again before bedtime, but never mind. At least I've done something. I don't know what that dog's... I don't know if you can hear her whining in the background. But thanks if you stayed, as I say, to the end. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you at some point. You can see how I'm fixed. One day, again, that's another advantage of getting stuff sorted. I'll be able to, spend a bit more time on this channel, as well as my main one. I'll be able to build this one up a bit more, rather than just giving you some random video whenever, which is not the way to grow a YouTube channel. You've got to be consistent. You've got to keep going at it until you get a viewership. I mean, yes, I've got a few thousand watching me, or at least subscribing to me on this channel, but that's, nothing compared to my main channel. But who knows, one day I might even get a silver play button for this channel, but I'll have to put in a lot more work than I do at the moment. But anyway, I hope you appreciate whatever I put up. Some of you do, so it's worth doing. Just if I provide you a little bit of company or entertainment, that's all I'm here for basically on this channel. So until the next video, whenever that will be, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.